The most well-known form of security around the world is the Royal Guards from the United Kingdom, who protect and serve Buckingham Palace and the UK at the order of the royal ruler. These are 10 moments Karens fought with the Queen's Royal Guards. At number 10, this old photographer. Surrounding the man are numerous people, clearly making room and clearing a path for a large patrol of royal guards. The photographer just stands in the middle of the path, ignoring the guards. The man appears to think that the guards will go around him, but if you're there to take photos of Buckingham Palace and its guards, you should already know that they don't move for anybody. In the end, he gets shoved by the patrol and takes a tumble. I hope his expensive camera's okay. At number 9, this clip of a tourist Ken completely disregarding the authority of the Royal Guards. When a Royal Guard yells to make way, you should make way. It's actually a privilege for them to warn you that you're in the way in the first place, and not just run you over for being there. After this small group of guards yell make way to this crowd, a tourist throws up his hands and pretends to be scared by them as he walks across the path of the guards.
Make way!
At number 8, this tourist stands in the way of this royal guard taking a walk. Why do people keep getting in the path of the royal guards? This time, no one was pushed or shoved, but this guy might have nightmares at night now. As the guard approaches, he says nothing, then just stops in front of the man and stares into his soul for a solid while. He eventually steps to the side and continues his round, as the tourist walks up to his friends and complains about the guard as if he wasn't the problem at all. At number 7, this clip starts with a bunch of laughter from a whole group of Karens. Some of them record a mounted royal guard as he stands post. All of a sudden, one of the Karen group members begins to break a dance down. Well, it looks more like an animated sneeze. She then takes her luggage and her group of friends off to explore more of the palace. The royal guard holds the most unentertained look on his face the entire time. At number 6, this poor kid gets her hat knocked off by a saluting guard. Although she's just a child, she should have been warned by her parents at least to not stand so close to the royal guard. The kid is the daughter of Maisie, the Sergeant General, who is visiting the Queen, and the cute kid even brought a bouquet of flowers to give to Her Royal Highness. The kid even does a small curtsy when the Queen takes the bouquet. The royal guard stands there unfazed, and the child walks back to her parents while not crying. What a trooper. At number 5, this intoxicated man makes the mistake of attempting to pet the Royal Guard's police horse. You can see him contemplate for just a moment if he should do it or not, and he clearly makes the wrong decision. He slowly wobbles over to the horse and pats it on the neck and the mane. This is when the guard atop the horse yells at him to get back. He repeats it again before someone grabs the man and moves him slowly away from the horse. The horses of the Royal Guard are not pets and should not be patted by the tourists. At number 4, another clip of a tourist trying to touch the Royal Guard's horse. The tourist Karen walks up to the post of the guard and the horse gets visibly agitated by her presence already, shaking its head around. She then gets closer and closer until she places her hand on the horse and pets it a few times before walking off. The horse then goes into a mad rage and shakes its head up and down and side to side. Why can't some people just keep their hands to themselves? At number 3, these bicycle riding Karens decide to park themselves while on their bike right in the place of where this royal guard is walking to. As the royal guard approaches, he parts the sea of people without saying a word. Then he gets to the bikers and they just sit there as he stomps his boot, clearly ignoring him without a care in the world. Thankfully, others notice this and tell the girls to move so the guard can stand his post. They both ride off after one of them apologizes. At number 2, this guard is getting ridiculed by a group of tourists outside of a fence near Buckingham Palace. A group of Karens, Kens, and their offspring are recording and talking amongst themselves about this guard. The dutiful man yells at them to get off the fence multiple times. Clearly, they aren't getting the message. The situation escalates when the palace guard points his rifle at the group and they laugh at him as he yells more. How they weren't intimidated by the guard astonishes me.
Show more.
Stay off the back!
Yes. Whoa.
At number 1, this Ken runs a full sprint at a group of royal guards. This patrol of royal guards are standing still when a man disobeys the law and sprints at them. Thankfully, a police officer apprehends the man before he can get to them, but he clearly looked like he wanted to fight them. The policeman tackles him, pins him to the ground, and cuffs him. And it was found out later that the man had a bag with him, perhaps filled with weapons he was going to use against the guards. The police officer really saved the day here. Good work, sir. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. We'll see you next time. These are 10 times people tried to make the Queen's Guard move or break character. At number 10, we have a tourist making the Queen's Guard laugh. This clip went viral before because this funny tourist approaches this royal guard and makes him actually laugh. The tourist makes up some kind of story trying to say how he used to know the guard, and at the mention of both of them going to Kensington for school, he busts up laughing.
Damn it.
A little closer.
We were together in school, me and him. He went his own way. Just standing here.
Okay.
I'm only here for a couple minutes.
So how long do you know this man?
30 years.
30 years you've been together and you've been to school where?
School? Kensington.
Hogwarts. You've been to Kensington together? And you've learned, did you learn martial arts together?
Yeah.
And,
I had this guy's sword.
well,
I know him. He was never talkative. I remember in school. He used to sit by himself and read books. I was just this guy fooling around and having fun. He was just reading. You were asking questions, you answer with his head. Yeah, no, What's your name? No. What? Is that a name? Shake of a head is not a name. Please say your name. And by recess, you know, you're just this guy hanging out. His mother always picked him up from school. You know, he's that type of guy until he was 20. His mother picked him up from school.
At number 9, there's this tourist taking a photo with his family in front of a Queen's Guard. You can see the look of mischief on the man's face as he gets the not-so-smart idea to touch the sword the guard is holding, which prompts him to quickly give a glare at the man. The tourist quickly retreats his hand and just smiles for the photo. At number 8, we have this hilarious video of a royal guard making faces at a tourist. The tourist confusingly makes remarks wondering if the guard can see him or not from far away, and the guard confirms it by sticking his tongue out. He also leans onto the side of his post and pretends to be asleep.
Yeah, it does.
Look, he has his tongue out.
You serious?
I think he knows we're watching him. Look, he's looking straight at me. Like, look at that. He wants to kill me. I think they can hear us. Look, he's sticking his tongue out. You see that? Look, he's sticking his tongue out. Is that like him flicking us off?
Not that I'm aware of.
Guys, come look at what he's doing. He's sticking his tongue out at me.
I see it.
Yeah, come look. He's smart. You see that? Watch.
At number 7, we have this clip of tourists taking pictures with the King's Guard, when all of a sudden the guard tells a sweet old lady that she sounds just like his mum. The tourist laughs and thanks him, all the while he is smiling and laughing to himself. At number 6, we have a YouTuber called 100 Things, attempting to make a royal guard laugh. His 81st goal on his list of things to do is to make a guard at Buckingham Palace laugh, and attempt to do so with a joke book, and by dressing up as Elmo and doing the worm. None of these seem to work, as the guards are all stone-faced.
Where does the Queen keep her armies?
In her sleeveys. That's where the Queen keeps.
Hello, my name's Elmo, and I feel like an idiot. Interpreted there.
At number 5, we have famous YouTuber and streamer Gideon, who heads to Buckingham Palace with a slew of creative ideas on how to make the guards laugh and move around. He has a bag filled with props and gags and begins to cause a disturbance as he attempts to tickle a guard with a feather from behind a fence. This causes him to get kicked out of the palace.
A real stallion. You want to trade? We trade horses. I'll take that one off your hands. That was pretty funny, but I know you can't laugh. I gotta practice on you for when I get to the real guys, you know? Everybody told me they really don't like your horse. They say he has the smallest cock in the stable. Hey, I could take over shit for him if you need me to. You will grin. You're already smiling, man. You're already grinning. You failed already, man. Come on, I traveled all this way, 5,000 miles, and you're already grinning. Tickle, tickle. Get back! No! I'm just trying to make their day, man. I'm just trying to make them smile, bro.
At number 4, we have this guy dancing and singing in front of 2 royal guards. He doesn't get much of a reaction for a while, but every guard has their limit, as one of them stomps his boot and tells him to move and basically get lost. At number 3, here's a kid dressed up in his very own Royal Guard uniform. He stands at attention and salutes to a group of Royal Guards walking into a building, and one of them turns back to take a photo with the respectful young man. Here at number 2, we have a couple of Royal Guards definitely having more fun than they should on their job. While walking around, they face each other and start doing push-ups for the crowd. They get back up and do a star jump before going back to work. At number 1, we have a great video of a professional dancer busting a move in front of a guard. What starts as a tourist breaking it down turns into a dance battle between the Royal Guard and the tourist. The Royal Guard performs the floss and other various shuffle moves with great reception.
Ten times people yelled at the Queen's Guard. This group of people is seen standing in front of one of the guards and laughing and making fun of him. As he started to get sick of it, he walked away, and with good reason. A few members of the group, however, were heard yelling at him as he walked away because they were trying to get a photo. The group kept harassing him, and he walked back and forth until he yelled at them to step back. couple of kids making a fool of a royal guard, actively laughing at him and intentionally leaning on and touching the fence. The guard stomps his way to the kids and shows them how scary he can be, yelling at them to get off the fence. During what looks like some kind of parade, a man started yelling and undressing in front of the Queen and many royal guards. Thankfully, though, he paid the price and was forcefully removed from the event. In this clip, a woman has thrown her glove at a guard and expects him to pick it up. Moments after the glove is thrown, someone who works at the palace approaches the woman and asks why she threw her glove. He argues with her, saying the guard serves the country and isn't there to be made fun of. The nice man then grabs her glove for her, and you can see the royal guard stomp the ground, clearly disapproving of her actions. Supposedly, she was also yelling at him before she threw her glove, just completely disrespecting the guard.
The standoff. Who's gonna get the glove first?
Why would you do that? The army's here to protect the crown jewels, not you. Right? He's a soldier, he serves his country, he deserves to be treated with a little bit of respect. Throwing your gloves at him isn't going to work, is it really? Guys alone, please, guys. Let's do this.
Now this one, I'm not sure if it's a real guard because the TikTok was posted with the word prank, but if it was, it's nuts, so I thought I'd put it in anyway. A man was seen mocking, dancing in front of, and yelling at what looks like a royal guard. The supposed guard then yells twice and then punches the man, seemingly knocking him unconscious.
Wait for the Queen's Guard! Wait for the Queen's Guard!
I'm not being harmed, just it's fun. But he can't do nothing. He can't do.
Hey, listen, he's doing his job. Don't be an idiot.
He can't do nothing.
That's assault.
When a royal guard was playing the bugle, a little kid had yelled at the guard to shut up. It's a little hard to hear over the playing, but you can still kind of hear it. I mean, I didn't think the playing was that bad, but clearly this kid did. Here we have another lady attempting to get a reaction out of a royal guard. This time she's dancing all over the place and keeps staring back at the guard, seemingly expecting him to just join in. As she dances, her friend films the whole thing to make fun of this poor soldier, and he understandably stomps his boot, repositions his rifle, and walks off. This teen seems to think he's friends with the royal guard in this video. He walks up and down the road with him, all the while copying the guard's movements, swinging his arms and such. All is well until the teen reaches over and places a hand on the guard's shoulder, on the side where his rifle is placed. The guard is having none of this and then points it in the teen's direction to scare him.
His gun is jammed. Can you see the knife on top of it? You can't shoot.
Get back from the Queen's Guard!
Here's another reason to not stand in the way of the royal guards. In this video, we have a woman along with a whole cluster of tourists standing in the way of a royal guard. It doesn't seem like they know they're in the way until the guard yells out to stand clear, and he completely shoves one woman who didn't react fast enough.
Lastly, at the Queen's procession, a man was seen and heard yelling at Prince Andrew. It said that he was yelling due to Prince Andrew's extreme controversy. The man who yelled was then taken away and thrown to the ground by police, pedestrians, and guards. That was the 10 times people yelled at the Queen's Guard. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. 10 times the King's royal guards push tourists. TikTok users have branded a London guard out of order after a video went viral of a child being knocked over. In the footage, onlookers in the grounds of the Tower of London yell as the guard collides with the young boy, said to be a tourist, before continuing to walk on despite the boy falling to the ground. In a statement on a Tower of London spokesperson said, "We are aware of this incident and we are sorry to see this. The guard at the tower do take care to warn the public when they are moving. And this was an unfortunate accident. Our staff and the soldier checked in on the family afterwards and were reassured that all is well." While some viewers have shared their shock at the incident, others have jumped onto the soldier's defense, saying he was just doing his job. This woman was trying to get a picture with the building in the background, but she totally ignored the line of rope that she's supposed to stand behind, and so she got pushed. The crazy part is she acts surprised, but like, what do you think the rope is there for? Don't want to get pushed? Don't cross the line. It's that simple. Surrounding this man are numerous people clearly making way and clearing the path for a large patrol of royal guards. A photographer just stands in the middle of the path, ignoring the guards. The man appears to think the guards will go around him, but if you're there to take photos of Buckingham Palace and its guards, you should already know that they don't move for anybody. In the end, he gets shoved by the patrol and takes a bad fall. This woman was just standing in a crowd of people thinking she wasn't doing anything wrong, or was in anyone's way, when all of a sudden she gets pushed. This young girl was trying to get a photo with some guards, but this guard wasn't really in the mood for a photo op. He seemed to give her a firm pat on the arm to tell her to move away. This teen seems to think that he's friends with the royal guard in this video. He walks up and down the road with him, all the while copying the guard's movements, swaying his arms and such. All is well until the teen reaches over and places a hand on the guard's shoulder, on the side where his rifle is placed. The guard is having none of this and points it in the teen's direction to scare him.
Get back from the Queen's Guard!
This woman wanted to get a picture with a guard, and the guard thought she was a little too close, but instead of doing something extreme, he unclenched his fist and lightly pushed her to the side. This one seems like a more calm moment when a guard pushed a tourist. This group wanted a photo with a guard, which would be fine, but one of the boys decided to lean on the guard's shoulder for the photo, to which the guard wasn't happy about. He shoved him out of the way, which left everyone in shock. This tourist stupidly tried to see how close he could get until the guards took action, and so he waited until they did so. When he got too close, one of the guards ended up pushing him out of the way. I mean, why can't you let these people do their jobs? Seriously. Now this one, I'm not sure if it's a real guard because the TikTok was posted with the word prank, but if it is, it's nuts, so I thought I'd put it in anyway. A man is seen mocking, dancing in front of, and yelling at what looks like a royal guard. The supposed guard then yells twice and then punches the man, seemingly knocking him unconscious.
Wait for the Queen's Guard! Wait for the Queen's Guard! I'm not being harmed, just, it's fun. But he can't do nothing. He can't do.
Listen, he's doing his job. Don't be an idiot.
He can't do nothing.
is all. Thanks for watching and we will see you next time.